Good morning. Welcome to the rest of the news for the 19th. Big story happening right now in Essex, the UK, at a place called Dale Farm, which is England's largest said to be illegal traveler site. Police and bailiffs have moved in to evict gypsies of all ages, some in wheelchairs, some tethered to medical equipment as electricity was cut. The place was given legal permission in the 70s for 40 Romany families to live beside an old scrapyard, but there's been a legal battle to evict them for the past decade. Pictures of buildings in flames remind of the Branch Davidian rout of the 19th, April 1993. You can follow live on Telegraph UK, Google Dale Farm. Children are crying, people have chained themselves to a fence or glued themselves to a building, a crane is moving overhead, helicopters fly above the flames, and a tunnel is being dug beneath the barricades. Residents are up on scaffolding, refusing to come down. A former Old Vic Theatre scenery maker built it, and built it right, just for this. Both sides have planned for this standoff at Dale Farm, Essex. This is a big story. Maybe England's David Koresh and the Branch. One picture shows a woman holding a crucifix as fire leaps from behind. Apple stores will close today for 3 hours to honor Steve Jobs. Begins at 10 Pacific time with a ceremony in the amphitheater at Apple in Cupertino. Live streamed to all Apple employees. Today was the day in 1987 of the second biggest ever stock market crash. I was in Detroit with a fellow who had just bought a bushel of stocks the day before. Several months later, the market rebounded and he was actually up. When this depression began in 2009, it was generally hoped that things would turn around soon. But it's different. The gloom lingers. Can it really be? Goldman Sachs says it lost $428 million last quarter, while Bank of America realized profits over the same summer quarter of $6.2 billion, even as it raised monthly debit card fees, used by many people in the 99%, which was the Vietnam War protesters of this day in 1969, when Spiro Agnew called them an effete corps of impudent snobs. Attention, songwriters! Protest music, so important then, has so far been replaced in the Occupy movement by mobile messaging. A tipping point in the status quo of how the world conducts its business may now have been reached. Since the end of World War II, Germany has financed its economic miracle recovery with a national bank. It's treated as a public utility, like roads, as do new powerhouses India, China, Brazil, and North Dakota, which is the only state in the Union to run a budget surplus every year since this mess began in 2008. This is Dan Earhart. I hope you enjoy your Wednesday. Thanks for listening to the rest of the news.